Dog owners warned after marijuana poisoning in Sudbury. Dog owners in a Suffolk town are being warned by vets after animals suffered marijuana poisoning. Ardmore Vets at Sudbury is warning people to be vigilant when walking around the town after treating 3 animals with suspected marijuana toxicity in the last 2 weeks. The vets has said that the dogs had walked along the Friars Meadow and in the fields near Omerston Sudbury Academy. The spokesperson for the vets said death is extremely rare, but still possible, and owners should take their pets to a vet immediately if they believe they have eaten or inhaled marijuana products. And folks, for those of you who don't know, signs of pet marijuana poisoning include the following: inactivity, incoordination, dilated pupils, increased sensitivity to touch, motion, and sound, hypersalivation, urinary incontinence, vomiting, diarrhea, seizures, and comas. I don't know about you guys, but this sounds like some kind of pharmaceutical medical commercial that I'm seeing on TV right now. Now, I told you this article is short and sweet, but I'm really curious to hear from my fellow commentators about any kind of interactions that this article might be bringing up for you and what your experience with animals consuming cannabis has been like. This is Mandy for High 9 News.
Sounds a bit hysterical to me.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of hysteria.
Yeah. There was a time in the late 1800s where they used dogs specifically to test the potency of weed or cannabis products. And I don't know. I mean, this vet alluded, it could kill you. No, I haven't yet to hear of a mammal that has died from an overdose of cannabinoids. It's not. So we call it a poison. There's a misnomer to start with. That's scare tactics. That's hysteria. And I can remember 50-something years ago, some friends of mine had a little puppy. We used to blow smoke in his face, and Bumper would jump off the couch and couldn't get his legs out. You get a whole lot you do when you get really fucked up on weed. Dogs do the same thing. Mm-hmm. So this is a bit of hysteria. And yeah, if you see your dog eating something, and you should watch him. And if he gets into a coma, maybe you call the vet then. The rest of this just seems like horse shit.
Dale, I'm calling BS on this again. Like this, we had this vet say, hey, if your dog eats weed, it has the potential to cause death. So make sure you bring him to my vet. Come on, man.
Oh, he's advertising for his clinic.
Yeah, false advertisement. I'm calling BS on your false advertisement. Your dog could eat 10 pounds of weed and there wouldn't be a problem with him. Let him ride the wave and he'll be all right.
Tucker and Kevin Savette will have a field day with this, right?
Mm-hmm. God, only my vet clinic nonsense. Your dog. Only my vet clinic.
I mean, listen, I'm not proud to admit that my dogs have accidentally accessed edibles over the course of a few times in my life. And they're both here standing still. You just heard one of them barking a moment ago. This does not kill them. It's not fun to watch them be really high. And some of those symptoms that they listed do happen. Absolutely, they do.
And it's not fun to clean up their mess.
Here, like Dale said, of any mammal dying from a cannabis overdose. But you can get off murder if you use weed a lot and you're also white. And
you might not be able to die, but you can make someone else die.
Well, I mean, I think the key is hiring that lawyer.
Chocolate, right? Yeah, this is not chocolate, right? If they eat an edible,
chocolate. Yeah, it'll make their heart race and they'll die.
Whatever you do.
And you can buy that over the counter in every grocery store in America.
Here's what you do if your pet consumes THC and you feel like they are really intoxicated.
Put on cartoons.
I thought you just put on the dog network.
Food and water. Probably put a towel under them because they sometimes do lose bladder control. Mm-hmm. Just let them sleep it off.
Yeah,
that's it. Fine. Do not rush to the vet unless you have extra money to throw in the vet's bank account. Mm-hmm. You could just send that money to the vet. You don't even have to go there if you really want to spend it. And stay home. Stay calm. Relax.
Yeah.
Be all
so,
right.
Mandy,
all of our viewers.
Mandy, are you saying that they shouldn't get a plane ticket to go out to Canada? and get their dog taken care of. This this vet.
I thought this vet was in the UK.
There too.
Apply to a medical marijuana card. Okay, there you go. Let's fix it.
I mean, I have had dogs come into the dispensary before that did have medical cannabis cards for their recommendations for seizure disorders. That I have had that happen.
Yeah, it's great for seizures, and to control seizures, sometimes you give a high enough dose that you knock their ass out for 10, 12, maybe 24 hours. You used to do it to little children, and no one got even upset because having a seizure uncontrolled is a lot more dangerous than using weed.
A couple of years ago, I adopted a senior dog who was in its definite last few months of life and just needed a good home and was having serious arthritis and appetite issues. And I was giving this dog tinctures in order to help it. And its quality of life drastically improved because of cannabis. So, like, this article's garbage. I am calling this vet today. I will let you guys know next week how it went.
Oh, man.
I'm just going to say this real quick, is anyone... To all our viewers, if your dog eats weed and you're thinking about rushing him to a vet and paying $300, $400, or $500, you can call me on FaceTime. I'm not a vet, but I have watched several episodes of Animal Planet, and I will make sure that your dog gets through this episode okay, and I will only charge you a very small fee.
So not only the prophet, but also a dog whisperer too.